All right, it is time to go over the top AI tools for recruiters of 2025. All right, well, welcome to the Millionaire Recruiter. I'm Brianna Rooney, the Millionaire Recruiter. If you have not seen my channel before, well, it's all about making you the next Millionaire Recruiter. I have been on my journey now for almost 18 years. I have had my own agency, started in tech. I have sold my agency and started a couple more companies since. Well, if you have watched any of my videos, you will know I am a big advocate for knowing the fundamentals of recruiting. You can have all the fancy tools in the world, and I will go over those. But if you don't know how to be a good recruiter, you don't know how to give that amazing candidate experience, you don't know how to do a great sourcing map, you don't know how to talk to hiring managers, guess what? These fancy tools won't help you. Okay, so please know how to do that. If you need any help, yes, I have courses for that, and I have tons of videos that can help you do that. Big library, okay? So check those out. Now, let's get to it. I'm gonna talk about the tools that I use all the time, probably every day, actually. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna confirm that every single day I use. Now, if you have a tool that you're like, why in the world am I not using it? That I have to check out, either it's because it's better than the ones I'm using, or it's because it's just an add-on that I have to look at, please put them in the comments below. I wanna check that out, absolutely, and demo many of tools. Maybe I've demoed it, who knows? All right, first and foremost, I gotta show some love to the one and the only ChatGPT, right? If I had ChatGPT long ago, I feel like I wouldn't have been working like forever. No, but Chat is definitely my friend. Obviously, whatever type of version of Chat is fine. Whatever works for you, for sure. Now, here's what's crucial, in my opinion, is that you use it to enhance your creativity. I don't go, hey, I need a sequence for a tech position that I'm filling. No, I actually do what I want and then say, hey, how does this sound? Can I make it any better? Or, hey, please give me the sentiment of how you feel. Or, hey, can you cut this down? I couldn't, because I have a lot to say, can you cut this down? So use it to enhance yourself or give you ideas. Or let's say I was just tired of my subject line and I want this subject line, but I need just 5 more ideas. So use it to just make yourself faster, a little more polished. And again, like I said, enhance your creativity. Or maybe you're not a very creative recruiter and you're like, I just want to be more creative. Hey, Chat's got you, right? I also use it to Google a lot of things and to build lists for myself. It can build Booleans for you as well, which I think is really cool. So there's so many things that Chat does for you. I definitely have that in my course as well. And I'm telling you, it is like a game changer. Boom, boom, awesome. So another one is Grammarly. If you do not have Grammarly on your computer, you are crazy. There is a free version and that uses NLP to go through and really enhance your communication, which is awesome. So it definitely has your back, and no, it's not just spell check, okay? It can have the sentiment. So let's just say you wanna make sure that you are more clever, that you come across more clever. You can push that little button. I wanna be more clever today. I wanna be more funny. I wanna be more serious. That would probably be me because I'm not serious all the time, right? So you can do all of those things, but Grammarly is incredible. My advice to you is don't put it on your phone because then it's going to start correcting your text messages, and I don't know, that's not that fun. Game changer for me has also been Read.AI. I love this. So recently, I think this is actually more of a after COVID kind of a thing. I have most of my candidate calls on Meets. So you can do Zoom, Google Meets, any Teams, whatever you do, right? But I do video calls. And why it's great too is not only am I building rapport virtually, so they're meeting me kind of at a coffee shop, but I put Read.me on it, and there's other ones that do this, but I put Read.me on it and it's going to transcribe the conversation, but it doesn't just transcribe the conversation. This is what I love about it. It also gives me sentiment, kind of like Grammarly does, right? So for example, I was having a conversation with a candidate and I was really on the fence. Resume looked great. The conversation went okay, right? There was nothing really wrong. But I just had a vibe that they were just going through the process with me and maybe wasn't as interested. And since I was recruiting for a mission-driven company, I needed them to feel very interested. And so my write-up for the hiring manager, which by the way, after I get the notes from Read.AI, I put it into my own ChatGPT template that I've made, and it compiles it into the notes ready for the hiring manager, which by the way is a totally different video. But if you want me to do one like that, I definitely put it in the comments below because it's a really cool tool. But anyways, so I read the notes from that conversation, and Read.AI actually has a sentiment part where it says, you might want to dig into to see if this candidate is interested. And I was like, wow. The moment that I said that, I was like, I need like the pro version of Read.AI because I only had the free version at that time. So excellent. Another AI tool is Calendly. I actually was not for Calendly at first because I don't like people having control of my calendar. But I realized, one, I use it when I want. Let's get that out of the way. But then two, you get to set up tons of different, I would say, events, and you get to control exactly when you're available and what people see and the instructions they see and whether or not you give them video or your phone number, and you can use Google Voice if you wanted to. But it's really, really, really efficient, and AI is working behind the scenes to see when you're available. It can do 15-minute breaks in between, which is a lifesaver. So love Calendly. Another game changer for me, boop, boop, Canva. Not only do I feel like a design queen, but the AI auto does move so many things for you. It has that right magic, which is great, and it comes up with these visual effects that you want. You can easily make your brand box. I call it a brand box, but it's probably called something else because hello, I'm not a designer. But you know, it has like your whole brand colors. It will take the colors in a picture and just put it there perfectly for you. So as a recruiter, for example, I'm able to brand myself really quickly, and I'm able to put like a one-pager pitch together that I'm going to send to a client and do biz dev with super fast. Also post on LinkedIn fast, right? Another thing, especially that I use for candidates and biz dev, especially biz dev, right, is Loom. I do Loom videos all the time, swear by it. A lot of AI used there, not only with transcribing, but with analytics. You can do all sorts of things there. They're getting really good with the eye contact. And what's really great, I know it's still in progress, is if you want to do a video for many people, but you want to change the name. So if I want to say Brianna, but I want it to say Katie and Bob, Bianca and whoever, right? It's getting really good that it's moving the lips properly to make sure it feels like you're saying it to many different names. Perfect. Another really great tool that's actually, I think, from the UK that I really, really enjoy, use it over a year now, is pager.co. By the way, I'm gonna have all these links down below, so feel free to use them, have fun. Some of the things that I use, the companies are really awesome and they give you all discounts. Some of them don't, and that's fine. But if I have discounts, I will put them down there for you. So use them and enjoy. Pager.co is great. It does a few things. They call it a social assistant, but it does way more than that. But a social assistant essentially it's kind of like a Chat GPT bot. It learns who you are. It learns who I am on LinkedIn, what I stand for, what I do as a recruiter. It's made for recruiters, by the way. And it will basically do posts for you that will go to all your socials, but it's made specifically for LinkedIn. But again, it will go to all socials and it will write things for you. It will even send a text message and say, hey, did you post on LinkedIn today? So that's really cool. So that's why it's called a social assistant. But in addition, you can say, for example, I'm in tech and I want to follow Series A companies. Here's what I like, put it in there, and it will bring articles and it will grab articles for Series A companies, let's say in San Francisco. So it makes things so easy. It makes you seem like, one, you're on top of everything, you're on top of the news. It helps posting and building your brand presence really easy, but it also helps you with biz dev, right? So if you're in the know, you know what companies are hiring as well, because it will grab job postings for you as well. So awesome work, Pager. And I can't help but, yes, I still use LinkedIn Recruiter. And LinkedIn Recruiter is putting some amazing AI tools forward. The problem is it's very expensive. Most of my tools here are either free or very inexpensive, but I have to put LinkedIn Recruiter on because I do use it and I get a lot of success. And the bottom line is, with one placement, it is paid for. But LinkedIn Recruiter, why are you so expensive? Why do you make things so difficult? Okay, which is gonna bring me to my next thing, Juicebox. So I am trying very hard and I'm not there yet. So Juicebox, keep building, keep building. I am trying to replace LinkedIn Recruiter with Juicebox, and I'm very close. So Juicebox is really great sourcing tool. It uses tons of different AI and it's grabbing from all over the place. Not just LinkedIn, although that's where all of my people live, is LinkedIn. So that's where I grab it from. But it's also from GitHub, Stack Overflow. There's all sorts of places, Reddit, Facebook. It's grabbed from all over. It's very amazing search, and it goes past that Boolean. And then you can sequence through it. So I really, really, really love how it does that. By the way, really inexpensive, which brings me to Covey. Covey is somewhat like that, but It takes it another step, and it's a bot that does that for you. So just like I told you, so Juicebox is a manual way that it searches, but it still does it all AI and has amazing Boolean functions, okay? It goes beyond that Boolean function. But Covey, you're actually training the bot to do it behind the scenes, and then the bot's gonna go find them and then go send the messages for you. But here's the thing, there's a giant price difference, right? So I bring up both, I have both, I love both. Giant price difference, okay? So Juicebox is the one that I'm gonna be doing myself on a regular basis, and I do. And Covey's the other one where I have a search, maybe it's a harder search, or maybe it's a bigger fee search or something, or maybe it's a search that I have multiple positions on, and I'm gonna train that bot just as I've trained myself, and I'm gonna do that sequencing and do the messaging and set it, more of a set it and forget it, and then once someone gets back, it's delivered right into my inbox. So I definitely use both. But again, it's pricier, okay? So work up to it. So don't just go out and run and get these tools. You have to work up to this. And like I said, know those fundamentals. Now, I have Recruiter Flow. That is definitely the ATS that I use. I really like this. They do have the sequencing function in here, and I do definitely do biz dev through this. And they also have candidate and job matching functions in here that they're using AI for. And what I really like, and what I actually failed to mention on Juicebox, Covey, and Recruiter Flow, is additionally, when they're sending out messages with the sequences, they're also making sure that they're doing it, optimizing it at the right times, which is super important. So you can A/B test that, and they're gonna show you when are people opening, what are they clicking on. So that all works behind the scenes, so you can make sure that you are doing the best thing to get the best response rates, okay? Which is really, really, really important. And the reason why I really like Recruiter Flow for this is because it looks sexy, it's really easy to use, and that's where I just feel like it's my source of truth as far as where my candidates live, and I like that I can sequence through it. And then last but not least, so I technically went over the 10 that I was supposed to do because, well, I have more than 10, but I wanted to add this one, and it's not fully ready for, I feel like, all recruiters to use yet, but I wanna mention it because, well, maybe at the end of 2025 it will be, and it's Palator. The reason why I mention this, it's because it's something that I have been able to use. It's a soft skills bot. I have been able to train the soft skills bot for software engineering, for example. So what it's supposed to be doing, and what it is doing for some companies, is you're going to essentially give it to your candidates. It's a video that the candidate will do. It's like 60-second videos back and forth. So it asks the candidate a question, has them answer within 60 seconds or less, and it will evaluate their soft skills. So as a recruiter, as we know, that soft skills versus hard skills, who's winning right now? Who's winning this war? Naturally, candidate has to do the job well, right? But we need those soft skills in order to keep them for long periods of time, to train them to be culture fits, culture adds, okay? So that's what hiring managers are asking for. So I think Palator and other ones that are doing these soft skills evaluations, because I know there's other companies, it's just, I know Palator really well because I've trained that bot, but I think that's really important. I know that there are definitely a lot of video interviewing that is happening, and AI is watching, again, the sentiment, the heartbeats, that's what Palator does, the eyes, you know, all of this AI stuff is really cool. But again, what I am here for and why you're hopefully on this channel is because the urgency has to be there. We want to make sure that we're really efficient. But what we don't want to do is get stuck into all of these tools and think that tools are going to here to save the day. So those are all my tools. I want to hear about your tools. I know this video is a little longer than normal, but thanks for hanging in there because this is really important. It's all about efficiency, being effective, and making sure we are moving and grooving because I know you feel it. I know you know that the industry is picking up. So let's giddy up. Let's make sure we use these really, really, really well. Here's the thing though, remember, one tool at a time. You adopt one thing at a time, okay? All right, I will see you every Thursday at noon. And don't forget that money is just a vessel to do all the amazing things you wanna go do in life. So go live it. See you next week.